Now, new demands today for the Dallas County District Attorney to step down following his controversial new reform policies. David Goins is live where the Dallas Police Association just spoke out against DA John Creuzot. David?
Hey there, Dimitri. Yeah, that call for John Creuzot to step down comes from a statewide organization. The police group's here today merely asking John Creuzot, the Dallas County DA, to hit the pause button on some of the key reforms to criminal justice that he laid out last week. Let's walk you through first what those criminal justice reforms are. On Friday, the DA said he would no longer prosecute criminal trespassing on businesses, theft under $750 as long as that theft wasn't for financial gain. We'll touch on that more in a moment. And first-time marijuana offenses, even for suspects with a criminal record. Now, just in the last hour, this group of police organizations, 9 in total, say they were blindsided by those specific reforms, and they're asking Creuzot to suspend putting them in place until he can meet with area police chiefs. Now, while police groups have expressed concern about the decriminalization of pot, the big concern really is on this theft reform right now. Mike Mata with the Dallas Police Association says it has sent a confusing message to officers about whether or not to arrest for theft under $750, and he says more importantly keeps business owners from knowing whether they should report these type of crimes. Now, Dallas County DA John Creuzot says when it comes to the theft reform, he doesn't want to have a situation where he's prosecuting poor people for stealing things like diapers, formula, etc. However, the police group says that unfairly characterizes low-income people who live in Dallas County, describing them overwhelmingly as hardworking and they wouldn't steal, saying instead these reforms are about letting repeat offenders off the hook. And there is additional pressure this morning from Texas Governor Greg Abbott and Attorney General Ken Paxton asking the DA here to also perhaps put the pause button on these reforms. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, David. Now to some new information about a Dallas activist accused